everyone, and welcome to the Fake Love and Flying Monkeys mini podcast. My name is Nova Gibson, and I am your host. As an expert on coercive control and narcissistic abuse in domestic violence relationships, my goal, my desire in these podcasts is to support victims and survivors and their families. So please hit that follow button, subscribe to this channel so you never miss another episode of Fake Love and Flying Monkeys. Hey everyone, and welcome to another mini episode of Fake Love and Flying Monkeys. How does the narcissist have the ability to fool even your own family? These people have been there your entire lifetime, and yet you find when you go to talk about the abuse and how this person is treating you and how they're making you feel, you perhaps see these quizzical looks on their faces, or maybe they even say, look, yeah, they're not perfect, but just try a bit harder. You know, they do love you. What this says to you is that they're really not believing that this person has abused you. And it is so frustrating and isolating when you have those moments when you're just starting to query what is going on in this relationship because it just doesn't seem right, and you talk to your loved ones and all they see is the person that you met in the beginning, that they met in the beginning, the person that you raved about and said was the one, the most amazing person on the face of the earth. And guys, that's why they fall for it. So let's talk about how you talk to your loved ones about the abuse when all they see is the person wearing the mask. So remember back when you first met the narcissist. Of course, you didn't know they were a narcissist, but they treated you so well. They were so nice. They wanted to enmesh with you very quickly. They wanted to meet all your family. They wanted you to come and meet their family. Yeah, maybe it felt a little odd to kind of be dragged around to mum or dad's place after, the second day or so, but it was lovely at the same time that they were just so excited to have met you, and they wanted to introduce you to their loved ones. And of course, because they cared about you so much and they've never met anyone as amazing as you, they wanted to meet your family and create a good impression and to let you know they were invested. Remember those words. They were invested. This is all about future faking. Now, we'll talk about future faking as a whole in a future episode, no pun intended. But for this episode, the narcissist is future faking when they are implying a future with you. I want you to come and meet my mum and dad and my best friend. And of course, I want to meet all of your loved ones because I know they must be amazing. If they're anything like you, the narcissist is implying a future with you. So that's what future faking is about. It's about cementing you in the present by doing things that, or saying things that imply a future with you. The goal is to have you think that they are not just after a quick fling. They are after something long term. Otherwise, why would they go to all of that trouble? So future faking is one of the reasons that the narcissist wants to meet your family so quick and create such an amazing impression to let them know how much they care about you, their loved one. They want to do that to cement you in the present. But they also have another plan. The reason that they want to meet all your loved ones, meet all your friends, and become great friends on Facebook, on social media. They will friend them on all of their social media platforms. The reason they want to know who is in your life and get to know them very quickly is so that they sadistically can isolate you from them at a later date. And as I've said in many episodes before, and of course in my book, Fake Love, Understanding and Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, my experience, my opinion in counseling thousands of victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse is that most narcissists are what we call covert narcissists. That means you don't see them coming. They fly under the radar. Most of their abuse is of a passive-aggressive nature, and it all takes place behind closed doors. So what that means is that everyone on the other side of your closed door is only going to see the mask that they wear, the mask that you saw initially, that never dropped, the person they pretended to be in the beginning. That's who your loved ones are going to remember, because they don't see the abuse and because they put through a whirlwind romance, I guess you could call it, of sorts, that they have this whirlwind going on where they're just seeing you so happy and they're seeing this person that makes you so happy and that seems to care about you so much. All of their boundaries go out the window because they love seeing you happy and they don't want you to lose someone potentially that could be the one that seems to be your soulmate. So they let their guard down, and just like you in the beginning, any red flags that come along, they will develop an ability to override them slowly over time, because this person is most of the time, or all of the time, to them, such a lovely, charismatic person. So if there were any red flags, like what you might present to them, if you really have a legitimate argument with this person, and of course it's legitimate to you, but even if they see that, that was bad, they shouldn't have treated you that way, they will come up with some coping mechanisms to override that behavior, because the person they met in the beginning is still so lovely. So to them, what you're trying to explain to them about this toxic behavior is an isolated incident, and everything they do that's good for you and the way they care about you, that overrides that little isolated incident. So all of your family think the narcissist is wonderful. They come over at the drop of a hat, the narcissist, to help them out with odd jobs around the house, or if they need a hand with anything. They're just so helpful. The total opposite of the way they are with you at home, which once again makes it so difficult for you to talk to your loved ones about this confusing behavior where the person you fell in love with has just done a complete shape shift. They love this person, and the narcissist knows this, because the narcissist knows they put on a really good show. And of course, they're managing down your boundaries at home. They're making you confused. That's causing anxiety for you, and you're reacting to their abuse. So perhaps your family is noticing that you have anxiety, etc. So when the narcissist comes to them, as they will when they go to smear you, and says something like, oh my goodness, I'm so concerned about Sophie. You know, her anxiety has really been playing up lately. Your loved one sees not only a concerned partner here, but they're hearing that your anxiety is the issue and that your anxiety is causing all the problems in the relationship. So the narcissist sets you up, and it all starts with them creating this extremely powerful bond with your family. Now, narcissists also do the opposite to isolate you. This is all about isolating you from a support system and making sure you've got no one who believes you when you go to expose the narcissist. That's the greatest fear. So narcissists will also try to isolate you by telling you that your family's horrible and that they've got no respect for them, so they don't want to see them anymore, and they will make your family out to be the horrible people, knowing that you're trauma bonded to them and that trauma bond will override your need in the end to see your family, and you will say no to invitations, and they can blame you once again because people are not talking to you, rather than looking at the fact that they have coerced you into saying no to those invitations because the punishment, their silent treatment, etc., was just too much to bear. But today we're going to focus on the narcissist who becomes best friends with your family. Once again, this is to isolate you at a later date. They don't want your family, your greatest support system you have, to believe you. They want your family to not only not believe you, but to become an ally for them. How heartbreaking is it when you have been abused by this person and then you go to talk about the abuse with your family and they just can't see the bad side of this person, and they try to rationalize through the behaviors. You know, everyone has arguments, and basically what they're doing without knowing it is exactly what the narcissist has been doing to you for so long, minimizing the abuse, rationalizing it away, and sometimes even defending the abuse, which to them is not abuse, because after all, you've got anxiety, etc. So the narcissist forges these strong bonds with the people you love most, and while they're doing this, they're also sprinkling seeds in their mind about your erratic behavior, perhaps, and how they're really trying to help you with that. It's all coming from a place of caring about you. And when the abuse escalates, as of course it always does, and your frantic reactions to the abuse escalate also, it's easy for the narcissist to gain the sympathy of your loved ones who see in you perhaps someone who does have issues, whatever issues you have, anxiety, depression, etc., because of the abuse, not the cause of it, but they perhaps see that you're the one who is causing the problems in the relationship, and they may not side with the abuser, but their empathy for you is tarnished with the narcissist smear campaign. And you know this. You know that they are just not getting it. The narcissist does not have friends. They have followers and they have butt kissers, and they do not have a loving connection with anyone. So when they are forming these relationships, it's manipulative. They want you to have no one in the end. They want to make sure that in the end, when the abuse is escalating or they're discarding you, or perhaps you escape, they want to make sure that you've got no one. And what happens then? You're more likely to go back. You're more likely to stay because you fear that no one will believe you. And of course, the narcissist has engaged you in perhaps financial abuse. You've got children maybe. They've made it so difficult for you to leave that this is just the icing on the cake when you fear that no one will get it. So I may as well just stay with them anyway because everyone thinks they're just this amazing person. If this has happened to you, it is painful. But please reach out and get lots of support. Please talk to a trauma-informed therapist, someone who understands narcissistic abuse, who will help you to decipher the narcissist's manipulative ways and help you to talk to your loved ones. Perhaps it's necessary to take your loved ones along to one of your therapy sessions as well, because the last thing you want to do is give the narcissist exactly what they want by cutting yourself off from people who love you. If these family members are toxic and they are going along with the narcissist and that is causing an absolute negative impact on your life, then talk to your therapist about minimizing for now while you heal your contact with them. But it was never your fault. That's what it's so important to remember. The narcissist manipulated your loved ones, and what you can hope only is that they will see that as soon as the narcissist does not get their support anymore, and that they're not seeing that they're able to put a wedge between you and your loved ones. In other words, your family get boring and they just drop off. Hopefully your family will get it and your support system will be back there for you. And that brings us to the end of another Fake Love and Flying Monkeys episode. I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and you found it insightful. It's such a textbook technique the narcissist uses when they befriend your family. Not just befriend, become best friends with them, just so they can isolate you at a later time from those supportive people in your life. On that note, please reach out if you'd like to have a one-on-one counseling session with me. If you mention this podcast in my website link below when you contact me, you'll receive a 10% discount, and I'd love to support you no matter where you are in the world. And of course, don't forget to get your copy of my best-selling book, Fake Love, Understanding and Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, available worldwide. And if you can possibly find some time to show the podcast some love by giving it a rating and a small review, I would be so grateful. On that note, it's bye from me for now. Until tomorrow's episode, please remember, you are worthy of love. You're worthy of so much love, and you're certainly worthy of a whole lot more than a lifetime of fake love and flying monkeys.